Hello, minions. It's Tuesday, and I'm asking you to assemble if you're not already in the Minions Lair. Welcome. Welcome, everyone, to Eionan's Edge Tuesday Live. I'm your host. All right, let us get started. Start looking at some comments and greetings here. Just Nate is in here. He says, I'll be listening. You know the routine. That's right. Nate's work schedules change, but he still listens, even though he can't actively participate as much as he would like. And speaking of that, I would like to thank everyone who tunes in weekly, everyone who spends an hour and a half or so of their time with me here, everyone who listens after the fact, whether you're in the live stream or you're just lurking or you replay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Don't forget to click the like button for me if you've come in here, even if you can't stay. Helps analytics. All right. So with that said, let's move on. Let's see what else we got here. We got Stacy Bolsterblades throwing out some greetings, just stopping in to say hi. Miss y'all. Take care. Know you're loved. Well, thank you, Stacy. We really appreciate that. Good to see you in here. Chef Rocky Cordoba says, what's up, suckers? Rocky's been waiting patiently in here for the live to start. Dang Ross is in here tonight. Yo. Crispy Critter throwing out the bananas. That's right. Bananas are our unofficial channel emoji until I manage to get to a high enough number to be able to have my own. Hopefully it'll be pretty soon. Hopefully by the end of this year. Bam Ninja stopped in and says, I probably won't be able to make it today, Eionan. I'm on the river grilling brats and having an adult beverage and some 420. Sending some love, though. Well, thank you, brother. I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you have a good time grilling, hanging out, drinking, and enjoying the 420. All right. Bama Ninja getting some greetings there. Rocky throwing out some greetings. Dang Ross throwing out some gonorrhea or gonorrhea, as my friend Tri-State sometimes says, ooh, baby, what's going on? Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for being part of the live. Always appreciate it. Good to have you here. Some other greetings going on. Crispy Critter and Gonorrhea are talking back and forth. Marcos Gamma says, hello, be up for brother Jason Brown. I agree. No one will forget Jason, that's for sure. Gonorrhea is talking to Crispy Critter says, I heard on Doom that you and another guy were smoking each other's meat or something. I think that's in reference to actual meat smoking. But I get the innuendo, folks. I get it. All right, let's see. Ogon says, yes, me and Chuck it. Okay. Let's see. What else we got? Smelling like a bottle of shampoo in here. Iggy is here, another one of my moderators extraordinaire, throwing up some Jason Brown love. Thank you, Iggy, and saying hello, minions. Greetings out to Rocky. El Cap Addict says, hello, Eionan, Crispy, Marco, Stacy, Iggy Bama, Just Nate, Chef Rocky Gone, and everyone else. Peace out. It's good to have you here, El Cap. Mike Reese is in the house as well. Lots of greetings going on. Freedom Frog is here today. What's up, Freedom Frog? Good to see you. Good to see you, my brother. All right. What else? Joe Isabella says, what's up, all you beautiful people? What's up to you, Joe? Glad to have you here, man. Thanks for stopping in and sharing part of your Tuesday evening. Michael Morgan, one of my other moderator extraordinaires, says, good evening, minions. Native Wild Man, long time listener and supporter, good friend of the channel, good friend of mine. He's here. He says, hi, Eionan's Edge and Mrs. Edge, prayers and love to you both. Well, listen, there's already close to 30 of you folks in the channel. So here's what I'd like to do. I will explain this later, but this will not be the longest live stream. This is probably going to run a little over an hour, maybe an hour and 10, 15, somewhere in that neighborhood. I'll get to the reasons why in just a few moments. But what I'd like you to do is start throwing up your pocket checks. Tell me what you guys are carrying today. I want to know what you got. I want to hear about all the cool knives that you guys are carrying. All right. So throw that up for me if you would, please. All right. Let's see. Freedom Frog is being greeted by Mike Reese. What's up, Mike? Thank you for being here. Honey Bear's in here. Haven't seen you. I don't think I saw you here last week. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm getting older. My mind is not as good as it used to be. But I'm glad to have you in here, Honey Bear. Always fun to see you and all the other folks. So thank you for stopping by. All kinds of greetings going on in here. Knife Nut 69 is in the house as well. Joe Isabella's throwing out some greetings. Bobo Schnoggins in the house. What's up, my friend? I really appreciate it. Appreciate you coming in, stopping by. Iggy's throwing out some links for Freedom Frog. Anytime my moderators throw out a link, I would encourage you folks who are in the stream or anybody who's watching, listening, replaying, whatever, if you're just lurking, go check out these channels. There's a lot of good channels here. And there's a lot of people who have good content here in the live stream. So if you see somebody's name, go look them up. See if they have a channel. Check out their content, right? For instance, Iggy owns Campfire Leatherworks, makes some of the nicest leatherwork you'd ever want to see. Michael Morgan has one of the best shorts channels out there. Bobo and a bunch of other people are really good at posting a lot of Instagram posts. Speaking of that, we will get to Minions Carry Knives tonight. I will take a look at that as well. Dang Ross is throwing out some greetings. More greetings going on. More greetings. Lots of people talking back and forth to each other. That's cool. Matty's Faction. My man, my brother from another mother is here in the channel tonight. The Squirrel King himself. Yes. Good to see you, my friend. I am looking forward to seeing you and a bunch of other Arizona Knife Meetup folks this Saturday, April 15th. We are having the Spring Arizona Knife Meetup in Phoenix. There will be knives galore. There will probably be at least one famous special guest, possibly two, at the Arizona Knife Meetup. There will be pictures. I'm sure I will probably throw up a short from the meetup. And I believe that a couple of people are going to do some live streams, including possibly Matt and NebiCloud. So again, keep your eyes peeled on my channel, Matt's channel for sure on Saturday. That will be the Arizona Knife Meetup. It should be a good time, and there's always a lot of knives. Cue Ball is hosting once again, so it should be a lot of fun. Dawn Ray is in the house. She says, hello, everyone, and hi, Mrs. Edge. All right, I'm going to start, since we have quite a few people in here, I'm going to, again, pocket checks, folks. Get your pocket checks out there. All right. And I'm also going to start with a couple of shout outs. I want to throw a couple of shout outs to people. Carco, hey, everyone listening in while I'm working outside. That's okay, man. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. If you can hit the like button for me at some point, I'd greatly appreciate that. But otherwise, I'm glad to have you here, even if you're just listening. Mimo's throwing out some more greetings. Lots of greetings going on. Holy cow, I got to catch up. Ground Fog's in here, too. What's up, Ground Fog? Good to see you, my friend. Chris Hole's here. What's up, Chris? Throwing out some greetings as well. Tree Stabbing Troy says, bananas, and hi, everyone. I'm driving and listening. Got little music symbols there. I like it. Always good. Cool. I'm trying to catch up here a little bit. Oh, here we go. I think we got the first of the pocket checks. Let's see. Before I jump into pocket checks, I do want to do some shout outs, folks. So here we go. I want to throw a shout out there to Darnell B. Still missing him from the live streams and from interactions here. I know he's had some health issues. So obviously a few people have. Obviously, Mrs. Edge, I'll give you guys a quick update on that. She's in the final week of 6 weeks of radiation. The effects are going to linger on and build a little bit over the next couple of weeks, even after she finishes. But thus far, she's done pretty well. Hopefully, the lasting effects or the cumulative effects won't be too bad. But she has been doing good. She's listening into the live stream from her craft studio here in the house, her art studio, and she's doing okay. She's had some rough days and some really good days, but generally speaking, she's doing okay. Shout out to O-Tip. Shout out to Uncle Cow. And also, just a general shout out to all you folks and anybody out there who is dealing with physical or mental stress at this particular point in time. We wish you well. The knife community is always very caring and accepting, and it's one of the things I really love about this community. So, shout out to all those folks as well. All right, pocket checks. Satisfaction's got the Monterey Bay Knives XLS. Very nice, sir. I saw some more here. Mike Reese, the EMP EDC OG Nimble, and a thick boy. Very nice. Gone Awry has an Archbishop too, and a slice of pepperoni. Nice, nice. I like it. Tasty pepperoni. Tasty. What else we got here? Bobo Schnoggins is carrying a Kubi Royal and a Cold Steel SR1 Light. Knife Nut 69, my brand new McNeese Mac 2 Mac 2 3.5, sorry. Crispy Critter, Bass Tech Shodan, and a Fiddleback Bear Cub Fixie. Cool. Oh, that sounds nice. I like that. El Cap Addicts carrying a penguin. Don Ray throwing out some greetings. Tay G, good morning. Oh, hey, what's up, Tay? Thanks for stopping into the stream this week. Really appreciate it. Good to have you in here. Throw up your pocket check if you get a chance. Chris Hole, Kaiser Rapids, Cormorant, Para 3, and Olight i3T, and Taurus G3X. Gotta have them. I'm more of a Sig man myself, but I own a few Tauruses in my lifetime as well. Gotta have them pew-pews. All right. Joe Isabella, Reichthor 7, a mini penguin, Kaiser Rocker, and a Boker USB. I like it. Honey Bear. Honey Bear is carrying an SPK Lamia in the pocket today. Big surprise, I know. Yeah, I know. That's all right. Runs a cool knife, so no worries. Native Wild Man, my man Shane, he's carrying a Cold Steel Counterpoint 1, a CRKT M16. That is one of my friend Neil McKenzie's favorite knives. A Rake Jaeger, Case Mini Texas Toothpick Witch's Brew. Very nice, sir. Freedom Frog is carrying a Kaiser Sheepdog XL, a Microtech Warhound Ultratech Kershaw Launch 13, Best Tech Ivy, and a Spyderco Canis. Cool, cool. Let's see. Joe Isabel has a question for Chris. Says, which version of the Rapids? That's a great knife. So there you go. She can answer that question for him. Let's see. Chris Hole says she's doing better now. Thank you. No answers yet. Waiting on more testing. Thanks for asking. I think that was a question about somebody's health or wellness. Native Wild Man says, can I be the Tea King? Yes, you can, because that title is not taken. Wait, I need a knife for this. I need a knife. I hereby dub you, Sean, the king of tea. Go forth, my son, and be the Tea King. Carry on. Since we already have a Squirrel King, right? All right, Iggy has the Artisan Cutlery Valor and a Pyrite, Leatherman Squirt, Iron Flashlight, Jack's Lungs Jank, and a Crack Squirrel feeding Stevie a pickle hank. I love that handkerchief. I can love that handkerchief, Iggy. That is an amazing handkerchief. I saw that. I laughed so hard. Oh, my goodness. Chris Hoyle says, the black with no flipper tab. Okay, there you go. Freedom Frog says, I'd love to get back to Arizona at some point. Just bought a house in Maine, so I'm pretty committed at this point, but I'll take a trip at some point. If you ever come out here, brother, you need to let me know. All right, you're always welcome here. I would love to visit. I would love to make a trip and get together with you or have you come down here. Yes, please let me know. Michael Morgan's carrying a Hogue EXO1. Very nice. I have an EXO1 and an EXO3. I love them both. Big fan of Hogue knives. If you guys don't already know that, I am a big fan of Hogue knives. Let's see. Going to ride Iggy with the Valor from Farron Forge. Yes, Mimo getting some love. Let's see what else we got here. Byron Kennedy is in the house. He says, howdy to everyone. Also, Byron, don't forget to throw up your pocket check for me. I would appreciate that. Can't go wrong with hope. Freedom Frog. That's true. I totally agree. Shout out to Darnell. I'm a little behind on time. Much love to Mrs. Edge and Darnell. Yes. Briefly, before I have an announcement to make too about this summer. So I just threw some shout outs out to people, and I said I'd like to thank everyone who who watches the channel, and also anybody who feels they need a shout out. I usually like to write them down every week, but I don't always know how everybody is doing in the community every minute. The reason I'm going to probably not go more than about an hour and 15 minutes today is because I am still, along with Mrs. Edge, everybody knows her issues, battling breast cancer, late stage breast cancer, aggressive, and doing well. So prayers, thoughts, positive energy to her. But I have had several pretty serious health issues myself lately. A lot of you know that I have a bad back. That has been causing me more and more issues, sciatic pain, trouble with my legs. So I went and got an MRI, and my back is pretty messed up. It's pretty bad. I'm going to see a spinal specialist the first week of May, but the basic diagnosis, it's not all the problems I have, is I have moderate to advanced spinal stenosis, which is basically the spinal cord nerves all being pinched. And it's causing me some trouble walking and some other things. So there's that. That's sort of manageable at the moment, but got to go find out what's going to happen with that. And two, I have another issue, male-related issue, which is causing me trouble sitting down. Right after last week's live, I was unable to sit down at all. Went to the doctors. I'm on 6 weeks of medication, and I'm not really supposed to sit for very long at all at the moment, which makes it pretty difficult to do a lot of things, take long road trips, sit on certain things that I use at work, certain equipment, and also sit down for a long period of time to do live streams. So anyway, I'm just giving you folks a heads up on that. As long as that stays fairly manageable, I will continue doing these, but that is the case. Also, because of those things I mentioned, and because Mrs. Edge and I feel like we really want to make a trip in the late summer to visit our kids, we're going to fly out there and visit our kids in Northern California and our grandchildren who were out here a couple months ago for the first time in 4 years visiting us. I am not going to be going to Blade Show this year. There's just not enough money to do Blade Show and then fly to California a month or two later and see our children and grandchildren. So we've decided to do the visiting the family thing instead. I'm still going to try to score a few more knives I want this year, and I might even send a friend or two that's going to Blade Show out there with a mission to try to score a knife or two for me that I'm really looking for. We'll see how that works, but there's always next year. Kind of bummed out because it seems like every year that I want to go to Blade Show, something always comes up. I will make it there eventually. I'd love to meet a lot of you folks that go yearly in person. That would be fantastic. Iggy says, Miss Edge always sending my thoughts and prayers. She watches every live stream. So if you have anything to send to Mrs. Edge, she watches the chats. So she'll see it. All right. Pocket check for Byron, off-grid all-day Necker, RC Applejack, PF818. I love the PF818. An EE channel coin and issuing stitches Hank. Love it. Hey, there's Neil. Neil's carrying a matrix and a keychain SOG. Awesome. Eric Lyons, thanks for stopping in, Eric. Appreciate that. Prayers for Mrs. Edge, carrying the Kaiser Assassin. Thank you. Dawn forgot her knife. No pocket check. Oh, no. Go find that sucker. Freedom Frog says, oh, yeah, I forgot. Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 40 cal. Pew, pew, pew. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got some more greetings going on. Neil is carrying a Natrix. That's what it was, a Natrix and a keyring SOG. Got it, Neil. I was going to say I wasn't sure what the other thing was, but let's see. Oh, I'm kind of far behind on comments. I got to catch up. I don't want to pull a lefty or a Matisfaction. So let me catch up here. Freedom Frog. Cue Ball's in here. He says, afternoon, sorry I'm late. It's okay, brother. It's all good, man. We're going to T-King. That's right. That is now Native Wild Man's official title, T-King instead of Squirrel King, right? Cue Ball's in here. I'm going to see Cue Ball this Saturday. I'm going to grid out the drive up there and back, despite some of my health issues, and hopefully make the Arizona Knife Meetup this weekend. All right, so let's see. What else have we got going on here? A whole bunch of stuff. Cue Ball says he's carrying the Wee Ziphius. Nice. Very nice. I'm trying to catch up here. Minions carry knives. That's actually going to be one of the next things we do. So hang on. Hang on, everybody. Hang on. Scott N is in the house. Much love to Scott N. Scott is carrying a small Chris Reeves knife in Kosi today. He says, love to Mrs. E. Yes, totally. I would like to shout Scott out because Scott runs the Knife Tube content, the schedule for all the knife channels. He's amazing. He does a lot for the community. Cannot be understated enough how important Scott is to making sure all of you folks see the content and know who's going live when. Also knowing when sometimes we have problems, families, vacation, health issues, etc., and we're not able to do live streams. Scott changes that content almost immediately, certainly the same day. So big shout out to Scott. Much love to you, brother. All right, let's see what else we got here. I have some things I'm working on, but I'm here. Just won't be as engaged in chat. That's okay. Apex Alchemy is in here as well. What's up, my friend? I love the new video you put up. Go check out Apex Alchemy's channel. All right. He's got some great content over there. Joe Isabella's throwing out some prayers. Thank you. Thank you. Freedom Frogs, hope they can help you out there. Me too. Me too. It's not insignificant problem that I'm having with my back, and also with the other thing, being able to sit down. Chris Hole's throwing out some, sorry to hear your thoughts and prayers for you and Mrs. Edge. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yes. Positive vibes sending your way. Well, thank you, everybody. I know, yeah. I get kind of zit like this, lean into one side a little bit, right? But then that would eventually hurt my back. So damned if I do, damned if I don't, right? All right, let's see what else we got. Family first edge, help you still score a knife. Yes. It was a tough decision not to go to Blade Show again this year, but I'm really hoping that I can get there next year. And hopefully I will score some knives I'm looking for. By the way, I did just score a Nimble X V2 this past weekend. So that is already in the mail. EMP EDC has already sent that along. If that makes it here in time, I will bring it to the knife meetup this weekend. But I'm super excited about that. It was a knife I really wanted to put in my collection, and I got one. So yay. What else have I got? I'm going to go over my knife roll with you guys too here in a few moments. I want to jump into some real content. Eric says, my pleasure to be here. Well, it's always an honor, and it's very humbling to have all of you folks. There's 45 of you or something in the channel right now. Tune in each week. I really, really appreciate that more than you could possibly know. There's only 36 likes, so if you tuned in here and you forgot to hit the like button on your way in, please do that. Make sure you hit the like button for me, right? Let's see. Rocky Cordova's carrying an FSD Mini and a Launch 14. Very cool, sir. I like that as well. Apex, I'll be happy to keep an eye out for anything you're looking for. I'll be there this year. Okay. Grayman Satu full tie. Oh, that'll make Dave happy. By the way, shout out to my brother Satu Dave, good friend, fellow Tucsonian, lives right across town. I have not seen Dave in a few months. That makes me very sad. I love Dave. I love his content. He's busy working. He's probably not going to make the knife meetup this weekend, but I promised him that as soon as I got through this issue with me being able to sit comfortably, that I would be making a trip over to Dave's house. And I still owe him a Sunday sit-in on one of his videos. So we'll make that happen pretty soon, I hope. Let's see. Oh, dang, for Ross forgot there. And I changed pants right before I left. Luckily, I had the fastback still. Uh-oh, there we go. Byron Kennedy, thoughts and prayers to you both. Enjoyed the visit with the family in Northern California this summer. Yeah, we're thinking we're probably going to head out there in July, right around my grandson's birthday or shortly thereafter. Lone Wolf's here. He says, sorry I'm late again, setting up stuff over here, camera and such. Understand, man. Appreciate having you here. I love it. Q-Ball says, I have a whole house to clean before this weekend. You do, brother. You do. I'm bringing a lot of knives. So I'm going to take up some of the pool table space, hopefully. Okay. So save me you know about how many knives I'll bring, right? Generally. So save me a chunk of space there, brother. I appreciate it. Let's see what else we got. Bluminati Ninjas here. Holy cow. I need to take a deep breath real quick and do his pocket check. Kaiser Mini Paragon, Best Tech Operator, Kubi Titius, My Card Opinion, Devo Growler, Kaiser Sheepdog XL, JWK Vampire Jack, that's Jack Wolf Knives, Top Dog and Matty Hanks, cool, Jake's Jank, JN's Touchwood, Big Red EDC, and a 4th ID coin. We also have my friend David's in the house. Eionan's Edge and everyone. I'm driving home, long drive. Be careful. Thanks for listening. Bashir Bear jumped in here too. Neil says, pick me up for the meetup. Okay, Neil, let's get in touch then if you want to go Saturday, all right? It'll probably start around noon, and we'll probably come back a little before 5. If that works, let me know, brother, all right? I'll come get you. Let's see. Bashir Bear is here as well, throwing out some greetings. All right, so do we all have health issues? Is that a knife community thing? I got a bad ticker. It seems like we're all falling apart. It's true. It's true. Both the back issue and my other issue are pretty serious. The back issue is very serious because I'm about to have that's the other thing. I'm about to have a birthday Sunday. So, a birthday. And I'm struggling with a lot of health issues. Scott says, I'm just a dude helping other dudes find other dudes that like knives. Kudos to you, Scott. Tropic, working in a tropic thunder. I love it. That's one of my favorite movies, Tropic Thunder. You people. The rule says, hey, be right back. Got to get off the phone and pull on the PC. Okay, no worries. Lots of greetings going out. So I figured this week, I do have some content to get through. I wanted to tell you guys that because it's my birthday this weekend, there is going to be a special word of the month. So let me show you the regular word of the month. Okay, so here's how this works. For those of you who are new to my live streams, every month, last year, every week, I had a word. This year, I'm making it a little easier on everyone. There is a word of the month. You collect words of the month, or WOMs, throughout 2023 for a chance to win exclusive prizes at the end of the year when I have my holiday celebration. If you don't know what the holiday celebration live is all about, you may want to ask somebody who's here all the time. Last year, I gave away 12 presents, and some of them were pretty cool. Some of them were very cool. Lots of people donated stuff. I've collected stuff throughout the year, as I am doing already this year, to give away at my holiday celebration. But in order to win the grand prize, in order to be entered to win the grand prize, you must have all 12 words of the month, or WOMs. The word of the month for April is snot. There it is. Right. Whoop. Let me see if I can do this correctly. Right there. Boom. Okay. That is the word of the month. But I said there would be bonus WOMs. Now, the bonus WOMs I'm not going to put on the screen. You have to actually be in the live stream or replay and listen for these. Since it is my birthday this weekend, there will be a special bonus WOM. Bonus WOMs will be worth 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5 extra entries into the grand prize at the end of the year. 5. And the bonus WOM for this month is Aries. Aries. That's the bonus WOM. Okay? Not going to be on the screen. I'm only going to mention it this week and next Tuesday. So you better write it down. Okay. If you want all the other bonus wands and you want to be entered in the contest, you can go back and take a look at all of the live streams that I've done since January. Okay. I put the word of the month in there multiple times in each live stream. So there you go. There is the word of the month, folks. Write it down. Okay. Word of the month and the bonus one. Okay. Back to which Nimble X finish did you get, Eionan? Oh, okay. I got the plain tie with the blue accents. I kind of wanted a all tie one with no accents, or a reverse tux, which is what I bought the Nimble X in, but they did not offer that this time, so I went with the plain one. I'm going to see how it looks. I might strip the anodizing off of it. I'd rather have all straight titanium. But I don't know yet. I got to see it in person, see what I think. Some other people scored Nimble X's. Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, Brashir. So yeah, if you see people in here and you're new to my live stream, a lot of these people in here have great channels. Michael Morgan, I forgot which channel I'm not supposed to post their Spring store. Yeah, that's mine. I have a Spring store, but Spring has been sucking lately. So don't order any of my merchandise from them. I'm not happy with them. It took 2 months for Mrs. Edge to get her zip up hoodie. I have merchandise. I do. I have a Spring store. It's under my name, but it took Mrs. Edge 2 months to get her hoodie. And then Nate finally got a hoodie that he ordered after having to contact them several times. So don't spend your money on that for now, even though I'd love to get a little bit of money for shipping and handling. Eric Lyons, you do have some channels to check out, right? And tell your friends about me, right? I want my channel to grow too. All right. Anyway, behind the edges in here, what's going on? Brand new American just jumped in. Cool. All right. So let's get to some content, guys. We've been talking long enough, and before my bottom region starts to hurt real bad, it's not hemorrhoids, by the way, just in case anybody's wondering. That's not what it is. All right. Anyway, I promised everybody that I would gradually go through my knife collection. So I'm going to go through one of my more recent knife rolls real quick with you guys, show you some of the knives I've picked up, the more recent knives I've picked up, and then we'll talk about that. So let's do a budget knife. And a fair amount of these knives I've done reviews on too. We got a Sativian here. I believe this is the ST 139. Man, I got to put on some glasses. By the way, the knife I just received and I carried today and I'm going to carry tomorrow. I got the Megaron Moyarl, I think it's called. Maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'll have to check. Anyway, I ordered this straight from Megaron. Big knife, actually. I mean, doesn't look like a big knife, but with the front choil on it, man, there's room for 2 more fingers back here in my large glove-sized hands. But really cool knife. Milled clip in blue titanium pivot collar on it. 14C28N with PVD coating. Comes in a couple different styles and colorways. Really, really nice knife from Megaron. I carried this today. I will also be carrying this tomorrow. We can get that to zoom in. There you go. Really nice looking knife. All right. Nice big old hole. Lots of places to put your mitts, right? So that's the knife I carried today. The Sativian is I still cannot see that. ST149. Sorry, I reviewed this knife recently. This is another 14C budget knife from them. Really, really nice black burlap micarta. 14C blade, under $30. What else is in here? I have the obligatory, because I really like the Shark Lock. I have the obligatory Demco 8020.5 with the Shark button lock on it, right? This is just a stock version, although I did add a Lynch Northwest titanium clip because the stock clip on the Demco is a piece of crap. All right, what else have we got? We got a couple of old school Ashers. Got this one here in a tie frame lock in S35. We got the precursor. I think they called this the Century, the precursor to the Nomad, except for the little harpoon here on the blade. This is basically the early version of the Nomad. I like this one. I actually kind of like this one better because I really dig the older clip that he used. I'm not a fan of some of the newer clips that are used on the Ashers. All right, this is the Century. This is an access lock, reversible pocket clip, and really pretty cool little knife, right? This was the precursor to the Nomad. Let's see what we got here. Let me crank down here on the comments. Just jump down a little ways. Yes, please go sub Apex. Go sub Illuminati. All right? Don't forget to sub me if you're not already. Let's see what else we got here. I'm trying to get down to where you guys. Leland Phil's in here. What's up, Leland? Thanks for making it. Urban Woodsman's in here. Drew Dude is in here. Lots of people. Greg Maroney. Thanks for coming in, Greg. What's going on? So those are a couple of old school Ashers that I picked up. The Century, and I cannot remember what this other one is called here. It's pretty cool. I just don't remember what it's called. This is the early Asher knives, right? I picked these up from NebuCloud at the last Arizona Knife Meetup. Let's see. I've got the Debo Match. Oh, I love this, right? I'm glad they came out with a second version of it. What a crazy good knife this was. Lefty and Colin are definitely killing it with the designs and with the delivery of some of these knives. This knife definitely feels like a much, much more expensive knife than it actually is. And that's a good thing. You keep doing that, people keep buying your knives, right? What else have I got in here? Another Devo Growler. Bang. There you go. Wabam. There's my growler. All right. Mine's good. I know some people had some QC issues, which they took care of all those. Mine came through excellent. No issues with that whatsoever. Really like that knife. Carried that knife at work a lot. The Wii Roxy 3 is also in my knife collection. The only thing I wish they would change about this, I wish they would offer a larger version of this knife. If this knife wasn't a medium-sized knife and it was a larger, bigger, slightly bigger knife, I would buy another one of these in a heartbeat for sure. I mean, it's just a fantastically designed knife. Super fidgety. We did a great job on this. Todd Knife and Tool designed Wii Roxy 3. Let's see. Oh, I'm all over the WOMs. Urban says I got all the WOMs. That's good. You want to make sure you have all the WOMs. I just threw out the bonus WOM too, so don't forget to write that down. Did that folding butterfly deal go through? Oh, they're talking about Maddie. Well, let's see. I'm not going to try to catch up on some comments. Love the Roxy 3, says Dang Ross. Yes, the Roxy 3 is a very, very cool knife from Wii. What else have I got here? I've got a knife that was a gift from my good friend, very, very good friend and knife community and fellow content creator, Illuminati Ninja. I was talking about one of these CJRBs, Ruffians, and how I wanted to pick one up to review. And lo and behold, guess what arrived in the mail? A CJRB Ruffian from Illuminati Ninja. So much love to you, brother, for sending me a super cool knife that I, not only did I review, but I carried and still carry this knife. This knife is in and out of my pocket a good amount of my. This is a very affordable, budget-priced, really modern-looking, but very, very functional Wharncliffe from CJRB. The CJRB Ruffian. Thank you, Illuminati Ninja. Again, that's this community, right? The knife community is amazing. It's amazing. Speaking of that, I don't want to forget Just Nate. Shout out to Just Nate. He sent me another really cool knife. Just popped into my mailbox without me having to ask. I'm going to review it. And then I'm going to give it away. Okay? Just Nate. Much love to you and the family, brother. thank you for sending along something that I will distribute out to the community. One lucky winner will get that when I'm done reviewing it. All right, a knife that I just reviewed, and please go check out this review if you have not already. Some of you may know I really like Finch knives. I'm not really a true traditional knife type guy. I'm not really a big slip joint guy, although I like some. But I will say this. I love Finch knives. And one of my favorites has got to be the Finch Reciprocity. Look at this thing. Huh? Look at this thing. Every Finch knife I've ever handled so far, and all the ones that I own, have been amazing. I've reviewed a lot of them. This is a bolstered frame lock with a tie clip. Go check out my review of the Finch Ruffian. Beautiful, beautiful shredded carbon fiber. Also in my collection. One of my Finch knives is actually in another box, but the other one I have, which I'm really fond of, I actually reviewed this knife through the Apex list, and then I liked it so much I went out and I bought the C. Risner version Jig Titanium. This is the Buffalo Tooth. Look at the size of this bad boy. Yes, the Finch Buffalo Tooth in titanium. Gotta love it. Let's see. What are you guys talking about? XL Paragons. Richard Campbell's in the house. And Jay Karskaden is here as well. What's up, Jay? Yeah, the title. Yep, the title's awesome. Yep. So really, really cool knife. I've loved having this thing in my collection. Showed it to some coworkers, and they're all oohing and on over it. Like, oh. And then Spartan knives. Now, I would really like to buy a Spartan Talus, but they're $425 to about $550. I did pick up a Spartan Aster in carbon fiber. Really, really, really dig this. And obviously, this is a cool, cool knife. It's a worker. It's a nice beefy knife. It's got a good look to it. And this is a Les George designed knife by Spartan. This is one of their affordable or value price knives, but really good workmanship, really solid feeling knife, good size knife. Got some room for slightly bigger hands here, but enjoy this knife a lot as well. Eric Lyne says, I do like the look of that Finch. Real slick. It is a slick looking knife. I don't have my Lucky 13 available. Otherwise, I would show you that one as well, guys. This is a knife I really like. I reviewed this knife through the Apex list, and I loved it. I reviewed the green micarta one. And then when they finally came out, I bought my very own, the QSP Hedgehog. This is a modern take on a traditional slip joint. Got a really cool straight edge blade on it, hollow grind. You can shave with this knife, literally. Okay? But then not to be outdone, I love that one so much that I decided that I wanted to pick up the jigged tie C. Risner cutlery version of the Hedgehog and have them both. So there you go. All right. This one's more of a dress up gentlemanly carry. This is more of an everyday carry. This is blue denim, by the way. That's what this one here is. And they're both really beautiful knives with great workmanship. I know there are people out there who don't like QSP. I get it. But honestly, I've had great luck with their knives, and this one is outstanding. There's texturing on both of them. They're both great looking knives. There you go. Boom. Really comfortable in hand. Right. So let's see what else I've got to show you guys. Hold on. Hold the phone. There's more. But wait, there's more. If you watch now. Let me get this back in the case here. Let me close this without chopping off my finger. By the way, beautiful walk and talk on both of these. Really, really nice. Really solid knives. Let's see what else I got. Here's a knife. Here's a knife I bought and reviewed just because. This is a Swiss Tech. I actually ordered this knife on a whim through Walmart.com. I think this was like $29 delivered to my house. Came in a nice box, has Aus 8 steel, titanium gray coating, real carbon fiber inlays. This is a $30 Walmart knife. And guess what? It's a real knife. It has good heat treat on it. It has held up really well. Has a decent pocket clip on it. It's no frilly, but guess what? It's a good knife. It really is. The blade obviously reminds me of a Osborne 940, but again, a solid little knife, good build quality. It's on real ceramic ball bearings, and it's got Osage steel. So not bad for 30 bucks. What else have I gotten here? Oh, one of my most prized knives. I hope you're still in the live stream listening, Cue Ball. Last year for Christmas, Cue Ball brought me to tears. I tried for a while to buy this knife off of him, and then as a Christmas present, he gave it to me. The TRM Three Rivers Manufacturing Shadow. Hey, don't forget the box, Cue Ball. When we go to the knife meetup this weekend, bring me the box, please. Anyway, this is the TRM Shadow. This is a really good size knife as well. Look at how much room there is for my hands when I'm on the forward choil. And if I'm back here in the regular grip position, I can comfortably get all four of my large fingers on this sucker. This is a really, really cool knife. Beautiful workmanship, 20 CV, typical TRM quality. Amazing. And then, oddly enough, we're ending with another knife that was a gift from Cue Ball. This is the Kaiser Assassin, but this is the earlier Assassin. This is, gosh, what do they call this? Hold on, I want to stab myself in the face. This is the Eionan Assassin. And I just fell in love with the look of this knife. Got a really cool blade. This is a big knife. There's tan micarta scales that are just done beautifully. Black stone-washed blade, 154 cm. Pretty nice clip. Big knife. Look at this thing. Big old boy. Right? From Kaiser. Eionan. There you go, Michael Morgan. Right? Really, really cool knife. So that is knife roll number 7, I believe. Knife roll number 7. I haven't gone through my drawer. I still got to go. I have a whole drawer full of knives that are in cases. So more to come on the dive into my collection. But there's a little peek for some of you folks on some of the knives I have in my collection. I thought it would be kind of cool to do that and show you, since I asked a survey question a lot of you folks wanted to see. The Kaiser Eionan, yes, it's a perfect knife for price point. Yes, it is a really cool knife. QSP Harpy, yes, that's an awesome knife too. Shadow, yes. The problem with the shadows is they're becoming harder and harder to get. I have an Atom and I have a Neutron 2. I'm hoping to score a TRM Holy Nerd at Blade Show. I want somebody to see if they can get one for me. I'll gladly pay for it since I won't be going in person. That's one of mine. Yes, need, want. Yes, there's lots of need, wants out there, right? Like, I would really, 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 really like to pick up the Bridgeport drop that's happening tomorrow. They're $145, but I just don't have the money. Dopey's in here. What's up, Dopey? Thanks for stopping by the live stream. Okay, so I went over my knife roll. I showed you my new Migaron that I just recently received from them in the mail. The Moyarl, they call it. Moyarl, that's it. All right, really, really cool knife. You guys want to check these out. If you find one available, I would highly recommend picking them up. They're not expensive. It's a budget price knife. I think I paid 55 or 60 bucks for this one. 14C, cool blade design, big old hole for deploying the knife, lots of hand, real estate for big hands. I hope to be able to buy a Thai shadow like Cue Ball Cutting Corner has. That is sweet. The Thai one is gorgeous. It is. And that's probably the reason that Cue Ball was finally willing to part with that one, because you know what? He had another one. But they're not easy to get, guys. They're not. All right. What's up, Drewby? You just missed my whole knife roll, but thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping in. All right. So it's a certain time of the show. It's not the end. We're not to story time yet. But it is another time in the show. And here's what time it is. It is the Drunken Knife Review segment. So this week, I wanted to just probably keep it light with the drunken knife reviews, but I have a good one for you. Iggy says, "What's the difference between the original Bridgeport 95 versus the 395 LL?" The original, I think, is in full titanium and has 14C, has a budget steel. And now they up the steel on these and they're offering some different finishes. So go check out Bridgeport's site. I would love to buy one, but timing always sucks in the knife community. I just bought this weekend. I spent 300 and whatever it was, $90 on a Nimble version X version 2. So what happens? Bridgeport says, "Hey, guess what? Those 395s that you guys missed out on the first time, we're going to put them up for sale again." I'm not made of money. Well, none of us are, but I can't do it. I can't justify spending $145 on that sucker. If I hadn't just bought a Nimble X this weekend, maybe. Plus, there's no Sezzle option. That might have changed my mind. As a matter of fact, it would have changed my mind. You have to buy the knife outright. There's no Sezzle as far as I know. Let's see what else we got going on here. Yes, it is Drunken Knife Review time, though, folks. Drunken Knife Review. So, peanut butter and jelly time. You are welcome to make yourself a peanut butter and jelly. As a matter of fact, you can go do that as long as you can see your computer screen and still watch Drunken Knife Reviews. This week, I'm going to keep it sweet. I'm going to show you a good friend of mine in the knife community's channel. I highly advise, if you're already not subbed to him, that you go check out his channel. But here's what Drunken Knife Reviews is for those of you who don't know. A while back, somebody in the community, yes, there you go. Knife nut hit it all. He got it all. There you go. You want to know what the difference was, Iggy? 20V CV steel, 2 versions with studs and a hole, chamfered lock bar, 4 different handle materials. There it is. Those are the knives that are going to drop tomorrow afternoon. All right. There's the April word of the month one more time for you folks. Boom, there it is. And then let's get that out of there. And it is time for Drunken Knife Reviews. So what happens with Drunken Knife Reviews? This is a funny part of our show. One of my subscribers and longtime minions told me that they occasionally, for fun, watched my and other people's knife reviews at a low speed, which basically makes us sound like we're all intoxicated or doing some 420, right? And it was so funny to watch my own knife review and some other people's that I've added it in as part of my show. So every week I do at least one, sometimes 2 or 3 videos. This week we're going to do one. Very good friend of mine, fantastic knife content creator and community member, Brandon Thrasher is who I've chosen this week. So if you do not already subscribe to Brandon Thrasher's Garage, you need to go over and hit his channel. Now I did one of his videos because he has a really, really cool kind of hard rock, kind of drive sounding type of intro music. And it still sounds really cool when it's slowed down. But here is a little clip I'm going to put up now of Brandon Thrasher's Drunken Knife Reviews. Okay. Again, nobody's really intoxicated, but just imagine they are. Okay. Here we go. Here's Brandon Thrasher. Here's the Thrashmeister. Ready? Here we go.
What's up, everybody? BT in the house with another final take of a pretty amazing little knife. This is the Devo Knives Pony Style.
Awesome knife. Awesome.
Now, this is a prototype. This is G10, but I'm going to give you what I know. This is going to be coming from White Mountain Knives.
Nice.
Gonna be dropping in May, guys, so real soon, right? What we have here is a design by Kevin Johnson and Colin Mason Pierre, my boys over at Devo Knives that are rocking it. Right? This is a small version of my favorite knife, the Stout. This is the Pony Stout, the 14C 28N blade steel. This is a black washed one. This is black G10. It is hollow ground. Is T8 hardware, T10 pivot screw with the Devo Knives, and got your spring clip there. Overall length is 6.64. Blade length is 2.84. Blade thickness is 0.11. Handle length is 3.8. Handle thickness is 0.433. The pocket clip.
Let's jump ahead.
Tell you, I'm not 100%. Anyway. Absolutely amazing knife, guys. It's amazing design. I didn't think I was gonna like it. I love my Stout. My Stout is a full-size knife. I don't have it with me right now. It is with my brother's scab.
Okay. So there you go. First of all, much love to my man, Brandon Thrasher. Thank you for providing us with some laps on the Tuesday afternoon. I usually do 2 or 3 of those, but I've got a couple other things to do here for the live stream. And I'm only going to do that one of Brandon's tonight. But I love his music. And then when I realized when you slow his music down, it sounds like even more hardcore metal, right? So really enjoyed that. And this is torture. I love normal Thrasher, though. It's torture. But it's funny. I've done G-Ball. I've done a few other people. I will take some recommendations. We'll try and do some Shabazz. And the person that Freedom Frog mentioned, backyard knife. There you go. So I'm always looking for new suggestions. We try to do this. Plus, it also exposes you to somebody's channel. And that's part of what I love. I've done my own. I don't do anybody that I don't think has a sense of humor. There's a few people out in the knife community I wouldn't do. But I would love to try to do Nick Shabazz as well. That would probably be pretty funny. So we do that once a week. We throw them out there. And then the other thing we have, folks, and I want to mention this before we get to the final portion of my show for today, is that if you use Instagram, so if you're here watching my live stream today, and you are not a regular live stream watcher, pay attention to this. If you use Instagram, which many of you do, add the hashtag Minions Carry Knives to your posts. It won't change anything else. Your posts will still go all the other places they go, but they will go to Minions Carry Knives. It's a spot that I created for everyone, all the minions here that are part of the community and follow my channel, to post to Instagram. I would prefer it be knife-related content. All right. We usually check it weekly on the Tuesday lives. So if you add that hashtag to your posts from now on, you will be able to share your knife content with everybody here on the stream. Why did I do that? Because I love growing the community. I love seeing what you and you and you and you over there in the corner, you up there. I love seeing what you guys have to offer for knives. Obviously, you own knives I don't know. So I love seeing them. So we're going to go over, with that said, and we're going to check out some of the things on Minions Carry Knives real quick right now. Here we go. Let's go take a quick peek. We're going to share the screen. Here's my channel. This was the most recent one from me. This is the Kunwu Ronin first production, which was a gift from Matisfaction, my good friend. Thank you, sir. Still one of my most treasured knives. Ferrum Forged Stinger in full tie, a Swiss Army knife SD Classic in walnut, Olight I1R2 EOS in bronze, and a Mrs. Edge Hank. And you see the hashtag there, Minions Carry Knives. But let's go take a look at Minions Carry Knives and see what you guys have thrown up recently. Here we go. So let's see. We got Nick Ridgey, copper decision coin, or Decion coin. Yep, has 4 small alignment marks. Yep, Nick is making these now. And by the way, Nick is going to be a guest very soon in the next couple weeks. Why? Because his Ridgey jersey is about to come out. All right. So, and Ridgey Knives, go check out his website. He makes knives from scratch, but his first production knife, the Ridgey jersey, is going to be coming out probably in the early part of May, if everything goes well. And you want to go definitely check out Nick's website. Great guy. Artificial Safari's got some stuff up here. Great looking knives. Here's Drewby with his cutouts, right? Eating instructions for best results, eat. That is looks like the Savivi baby banter. All right. Yep. Some cool stuff here. Rich Kasner's thrown some stuff in here. A few more things from Rich. Let's see. Let me go out of here and see what else we've got that looks new. Here, somebody's posted a Devo Growler. That's Michael Reese. Here we go. Here's some most recent stuff. Lord Needham, we're always bringing the heat here. Very, very nice. Got an EMP Relative. Got a Elantra EDX, Brian Brown Raptor. That's going to get some love. Cool. EDC Roundtable, Knife Nut 69. Look at that. There we go. I like that. Oh, I will give that a like as well. Bama Ninja, throwing it in there. I like it. Look at that plate of food. Man, that's making me hungry. We're making tacos as soon as this live stream's over. Going to give that a love too. Another one from Bama Ninja. There's a Devo Stout with the aluminum foil carbon fiber handles. Another one from Bama Ninja. Oh, Christopher Lee Woods, 1971 to 1993. Give that some love. Another one from Lord Needham. Very nice photos. He's got a Liang Ma in there. F5.5. Good to go. Oh, here we go. Tree Stabbing Troy. Tree Stabbing Troy throwing out the CRK love and a Forest Hanks with Matisfaction, the Squirrel King on it. I like it a lot. Another EDC Roundtable. We got a Pinion on there. G-Ball Vision. Look at that, huh? Throwing out a little Essie. I like that. Kangaroo. Never heard of that one. I'll have to go check that one out. Knife Guys 1751 hashtagged it. Minions Carry Knives. He's got a Bearded Doom Hank. Volker Kalishnikov and a Desert Warrior. Yay. Artificial Safari. What else we got here? Oh, look at that G-Ball. Ha ha. Bringing some heat there. Bringing some heat, brother. All right. Last Ranger threw this NAFs up there, the Lander. And another Bama Ninja. Actually, there you go. There's a green version of the Spartan Aster, right? I showed you the carbon fiber version. Bama Ninja's got the green one. All right, so there's a whole bunch of knives in here. Go through the list. Check it out. Even people posting cute pictures of their dogs. There's another one from me from recently. This was the Tucson TS319. So check them out. There's a lot of cool pictures in here. A lot of nice stuff. And if you hashtag Minions Carry Knives, you too can have your knives up here on this page to share. All right. Oh, 30 comments. You guys have been busy while I'm gone. Let's see. Needham's always bringing the heat on Instagram. That is true. Dopey. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, man, why I haven't seen him on there. I know Bluminati Ninja was having a problem for a while. He was hashtagging and they weren't showing up. But I appreciate you all hashtagging that page once in a while, you know. Instagram gets a little wonky. I can't do much about that. But oh, never mind. Nice guy, 1751. That's Dopey. Okay, well, there you go, Dopey. Boom. Woman Outdoors. What's up? Thanks for coming and jumping into the live stream for a little bit. Thanks to everybody for showing up tonight. Don't forget to hit the like button for me before you leave, or at some point when you walk in here. All right. So that's what Minions Carry Knives is all about. If you're on Instagram, hashtag your pictures, Minions Carry Knives. When I started that page, which was just less than a couple of months ago, we had the first week, I think we had like 100 posts on that, Minions Carry Knives. And now there's almost 1,200, and it's only been less than 2 months. So 1,200 posts that you guys have put up there in under 2 months. Fantastic. You guys, you rock. Okay. So keep doing that. And we will keep checking out your stuff. Hit the like, or Mr. Edge will beat you with a banana. That's true. Bananas are the unofficial, or the sort of official, unofficial. What do you call it? That's what we use for our live stream. So if you're happy, throw some bananas in there. All right. But guess what time it is, folks? Anybody want to take a guess? Anybody want to know what time it is? Huh? You know what time it is? That's right. That's right, people. It just disappeared. It's story time with Eionan. Why will that not stay up on the screen? Come on. What's going on here? Show. There it is. Story time. Story time. Story time. So at the end of the broadcast, I always have a story time. I always like to tell you guys some stories. Yes, bananas. There you go. Story time it is. Right? Get your binkies, get your blankets, get your sippy cups, huddle up in a semicircle next to your closest friends in the knife community. All right? We're going to have story time. Yes. Got my whoopee. Got my mascot symbol. Yes. Right. All of that stuff. Right? Yes. Got my whoopee. There we go. Whoopee in a sippy cup. All right. So you guys know I always tell stories. I like to tell stories from my life, or stories that I've encountered, situations I've been in. Oh, glad story time's coming up. I don't know how much longer I can sit in this chair without being in pain. Yes, here's Michael Morgan. Mimo, my moderator, one of my moderator extraordinaires, says, gather around, children. Story time with Uncle Eionan. It's about my 8-month-old story time, too. Yeah, Eric, I see that. Eric is saying it's time to go read his kid a story. There you go. I love it. So this is a story from my youth. And this is actually a story that... Story time. That is true. It is story time, folks. So here we go. This is a story from my youth. When I told a lot of you folks, I grew up in a racing family. My parents raced. My father was on a championship asphalt modified crew. My brother raced late models and Busch cars, Busch Grand National cars, which are now the Xfinity series, and they've been a whole bunch of things. I raced motorcycles in AMA for a while. I grew up racing go-karts and then later quarter midgets. Even jumped in a late model once. I raced one of those. We all loved cars. We loved racing. But the main part of the racing I did when I was a kid was quarter midgets. I raced quarter midgets for a few years. And I've told a couple of stories about my dad and I racing quarter midgets, but this story is a little bit more family orientated. So I raced quarter midgets, and I raced against some people who went on to be pretty popular. The Gaeta family I raced against. A whole bunch of people that went on to have really good careers in the New England racing scene raced quarter midgets when I raced quarter midgets. And I was pretty good at it. We didn't have the best equipment, but I ran up front a lot. So we had the nationals at the track that I raced at in Connecticut. I think it was the second or third season I raced, and it was a big deal. right? People from all over the country come for that. Everybody's racing to win their class and right, be the best in their age brackets and their divisions. I'll have to dig up some pictures. I'll show them on the live stream at some point of me racing quarter midgets. Yeah, quarter midgets are a blast, especially on the dirt. This was on asphalt, but yep, they are a lot of fun for sure. So anyway, we've got this big national event that we're racing, and it's a whole weekend long, Friday, Saturday, Sunday type of thing, and I go out. And I'm running good. The car's running good. We're having a good weekend. We go out for the actual qualifier races to determine what bracket you're going to be put into. I make through the first bracket, and now I'm in a race to be seated in the where I'm going to start in the main race, in the feature, right? So we go out for that, and we go out for that. Yeah, they're a little bigger than a go-kart, but they're pretty high tech. Even back when I raced them, they were pretty high tech. It's an open wheel, roll caged type sprint car for kids. And you can go all the way up to like 16 years old. I don't know anymore if that's the age limit, but most of the time people get out of quarter midgets and graduate into something bigger like Bandoleros or Legends or whatever. But back in those days, quarter midgets were the thing. So I'm at this national event. I'm running pretty good. And I get in this qualifier race, and I'm starting on the outside of Dick Trainer's son, Kyle. And him and I knew each other, but there was a little bit of a competitive thing. His dad had a lot of money. My dad didn't. We always outran them. And I start on the outside of him a couple rows back due to from my handicap and all that. And handicapping just means they don't start the fastest guy on the front row all the time, right? You get put mid-pack. So I'm starting a few rows back. I'm on the outside. We get the green flag. We go a couple of laps around. I'm still stuck on the outside. I start to get ahead of the guy on the inside of me, and we go into a corner, and he drives into my car. And they're open wheel cars, so his front wheel gets stuck behind my front wheel, and now I can't steer. My wheel is wedged to the right, and this is a left turn oval. Makes sense? So needless to say, and we're just coming into the corner. So needless to say, him and I both go straight up, pow, into the wall. Okay? Does some damage to his car, totals my car. Totals my car. All right? My car is completely junk. Big crash. Everybody thinks, wow, something bad happened here, right? I'm okay. He's okay. My father and his father are arguing after the race. And they were actually friends. They raced together in the bigger full-size cars and stuff like that. So the car gets wrecked. My car is totaled. His car is totaled. Really bums me out because I don't even know if I'm going to be able to race in the A-main. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to race in the top race for my age bracket and my division in the nationals because my car is wrecked. Thankfully, the actual race isn't until the next day. So we get back to the pits. Before we even get to figure out what's really going on with the car, my mother and a friend of the family show up in the pits. The pits are basically where, for those non-racing people, that's the area where all the cars are kept and worked on. Right? The teams, the mechanics, the fathers, the drivers, all that are in that area, not the grandstand area, pits. So we're in the pits and we're looking at this car. It's completely mangled. The front end's all bent to pieces. The bodywork is destroyed. And my mother and a friend come up and they say, there's been an accident. And we're like, yeah, no crap. There's been an accident. Look at the car. And she's like, no. Your oldest sister, Sheila, was headed up here to watch the races this weekend with her husband and Alan, your nephew, who was small at the time. And they stopped somewhere to take a break, and she apparently stepped on a ground nest of wasps or hornets. I don't remember whether it was wasps or hornets, but stepped on a ground nest. They chased after her. She ran away from her husband and her small son because she didn't want them to get bit. So she got bit by a whole underground nest of these things. She went to the hospital. They had to give her whatever they give for people who've been bit multiple times by an entire swarm of these things. But her face is swelled up. Her arms are swelled up. She had trouble breathing. Her eyes were swelled closed. To take her to the emergency room, and she was hospitalized. But she ran away from her family because she didn't want her son or her husband, especially her son, to get stung by these hornets, wasp hornets, whatever they were. So I find this out. So now the wrecked car is epinephrine. There you go. Right. They gave her that. They gave her whatever they give, and they do all this stuff to, keep her breathing and, to get over it. So this is on a Saturday afternoon. This happens. And, so now we're broken up about that. So now we're all sitting around, broken up about this whole situation and, what should we do and all this and what have you. And especially since she was on her way up there to watch me race. So my parents run off, and I stay with another family member, and they take off for the hospital, right? And off they go. And they come back later that night. So now it's dark. And my father comes back and he says, well, your sister's going to be okay. They're going to see how long it takes her to kind of get back to normal, but she's okay. She's stable. She's doing all right. Your sister's doing okay. And he said, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I think I'd like to go to the hospital and see her. And they said, well, you can sit with her, but there's not much you can really do. And my mother said to me, she goes, your sister said that even if she doesn't make it to watch you race tomorrow, to go out there and win. Now, my sister doesn't know that the car's totaled. It's destroyed. But my dad and a couple of the other guys, fathers that own teams, they got together and looked at the car, and people in the racing community can be really a great community too. And basically everybody looked at the car and everybody was like, I've got a spare one of those. I've got one of these. And the only thing we didn't have a spare of was the front axle. They used a drop axle back in those days, right? And then all its suspension components bolted to it. So my dad and like 4 other guys took a torch and they put the axle, and they like held it with these rubber gloves, and they heated up the axle, and they stuck it between this old oak tree branch, and they bent it because no one had a spare for that. Like nobody there had that actual axle that we ran on our car. We ran a slightly older style car. Nobody had one of those. So they bent the axle on a big oak tree, and people loaned us spindles and parts that we didn't have. And we bent all the shocks on the front of the car. My dad took duct tape and taped all the fiberglass bodywork back together because you have to have a body on the car. You can't run without it. They took it up to the big racetrack and they re-welded part of the frame. Like they worked on this thing all night, all through the night, right? My father and these other guys, they didn't sleep. They worked on the car all night. So the next day, they had practice. We missed that. They finally get the car back together about an hour before my meet. And I have to start last. I got to start last because I wrecked out. I qualified for that race, but I wrecked out. So my starting position is last. And I think there were about 15 cars in that race. So anyway, the car's back together. It's maybe maybe an hour before the race is about to start. I get 0 practice. I don't know what this car is going to drive like. I don't know what it's going to steer like. I don't know any of that. Let's say my parents divorced when I was 10. So I was probably just a little under 10 years old, 9 or 10 years old. But at this particular point in time, by the way, I was second in points in that division, second in points. So I got to start last, but I'm going to race. This is like a Hollywood movie. Literally 10 minutes or so before the race starts, my mother comes down to the pits and she says, you got to come up to the grandstands. I'm like, I don't have time, Mom. The race starts in 10 minutes. I'm not dressed. I don't have my suit on, my jacket suit on. I don't have my helmet. You got to come up to the grandstands. I go to the grandstands, and there, sitting on the corner on the very first row of seats in the grandstands, is my sister. They told her not to leave the hospital. She said, my little brother is racing in the nationals today, and I'm going to be there. So I go up there. There's my sister. Her face is swollen. Her eyes are two little slits. All of her fingers look like little sausages, right? Her feet are swollen up, right? She got hospital socks on still, right? I'm just like, holy cow. And my sister says, I heard about what happened. She goes, I don't know if you can win with a car that's all beat up. She goes, but just go out there and do your best. Nothing was going to stop me from being here to see you race in this race. So I start the race. I'm in last place. And it's like some out of Days of Thunder. The car, the steering wheel is shaking, right? I can tell the car's not handling right, but I'm just picking my spots, and I'm just focusing on the race, and I'm determined to get to the front. I get there with one lap to go, and one of the Gators, a famous racing family from England, they're leading the race. They always had good equipment, and I caught them, but I couldn't pass them. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't pass them. The car just would not handle good enough to pass them. So I finished second. I was devastated, absolutely devastated that I came in second place. To this day, still so emotional. I come off the track. I'm mad. I'm mad that I lost, right? My sister's there. She left the hospital to see me race, right? I drove through the field. I couldn't pull off a win. I get in the pits. I'm really mad. Right? Race is over. I take off my helmet, and my dad pats me on his shoulder, and he goes, that was pretty great. And my sister comes into the pits after the race. I'm sitting on the front of the car. It's all destroyed. It's all taped back together and bent up and everything. And she walks up to me and she says, that's the best thing I've ever seen. She goes, that's amazing. You drove through all those cars and almost won the race. So the point of this story, folks, is don't ever give up. You don't know what kind of impact you can have on somebody's life unless you try. I went from being very, very sad to very, very happy when my sister was alive and they're watching me race. But not only that, she was happy. She was like, that's incredible. That's absolutely amazing. You're 9 years old. You almost won that race from the back of the pack. So never give up, folks, right? No matter how bad things get, never give up. That's the Marine in me. That's the Aries in me. That's the American patriot in me. But that's just the way I am as a person. Never, ever, ever give up. Okay? So anyway, that is story time for this week, folks. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. I hope all of you enjoyed being here. Thank you very, very much for spending part of your Tuesday evening with me. I greatly appreciate everyone who shows up. Thank you very much. I love you all. I'll probably see some of you on Cole's live stream after Mrs. Edge and I make Taco Tuesday over there on the counter. But be safe. Take care of each other. I'll see you next week, folks. Have a great night and stay sharp.